Hi, so we're back with another one and another two. No, just kidding. Good in love, back. It took us a while to get back in the rotation, especially post pandemic, getting back in the rotation of getting back in the groove of life, changing jobs, starting a new career, all of that good stuff. So definitely was a minute before we got back in our groove and we could get back on.
So this is a cool question though, because it's just out of honesty. How does it feel being a teacher now?
It feels good. I feel like I'm living in my purpose. Yes, they be working my nerves sometimes. They be working my nerves. But I really feel fulfilled and I feel like I'm living in my purpose. So that's beautiful. And how's it feel being a director at the Palace?
It's a heavy responsibility to say the least. I love it though. It gives me more freedom, more wiggle room. I'm learning a lot, and it's kind of setting me up on that next step going forward, what I really want to do. So, we could build on this whole family thing.
Love that. And on a family thing, on a family note, we're definitely trying to expand our family now. We're going into year 7 of our relationship.
Number 7.
Going into year 2 of our marriage.
Already.
Right? Yeah. So definitely time to expand the family. We both started new careers that we're really happy with, that we feel fulfilled with for the most part. Yeah. So it's definitely time to expand the Gooden family. So working on that. Stay tuned. But we really wanted to come back, and you wanted to do a what we don't see.
Yeah.
So we want we want to give y'all a little insight about what you don't see, because you see us post all the time, or for the most part you see him post all the time about our relationship and stuff like that, but you don't really get to see like the struggle.
The discussions, the crazy, I can't even say arguments. They're not like arguments, but they just wild discussions. It's about random stuff. So to set it all, this was funny. Don't know who this person is. Never met him before. I just seen a post on Instagram one day. I liked the post and I commented on it. It was a quote, and I might be paraphrasing. It said, a broken heart is still a work of art. She went crazy about that.
I did not. No, you making it. No.
She went crazy about that.
You making it seem like I just went crazy because somebody said a broken heart. What is it? What was it again? I can never remember.
A broken heart is still a work of art.
A broken heart
is still dope line.
A broken heart is still a work of art. Is that the most profound thing that you've ever heard in your life? Because that's what he did. He reposted it and was like, "This is the best thing I ever heard in my whole life."
No.
Yeah, no.
No. I do this all the time. I'll say something like, "Yo, this is the best thing I heard this year or this month." I got a habit of doing that. That's just what I do. If it's something that's dope like that, I'm gonna give it its props.
A broken heart is still a work of art. Is that the most, like, you probably heard something more profound than that this morning when you woke up and somebody asked you what you want for breakfast. A broken heart is a work of art is not the most profound thing that I've ever heard in life. So I was just trying to figure out, why did he think that was so like the best thing he heard all year, reposted it, beasting, having a conversation and all of that. I was just like
conversation.
It was a little conversation. I was like, oh, that was
she going
this is not normally me, but I was like, oh, that was so whack. Like, I commented and I was like, that was so whack, because it was super whack.
Only thing it was that I reposted something that another female posted.
And try to act like it was the best thing since sliced bread.
It wasn't even that serious. It was
wasn't.
No extra conversation, no DMs, no nothing. It was like right out in the open on the. And I'm like, yo, I like that. I'm a poet. I thought it was simple. It was to the point. It's like, wow, you know what? That makes sense. This might benefit somebody else. So that was my approach.
We got over it. That was a long time ago. He just like bringing up old stuff. He just trying to make it seem like I'm crazy. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm the most sane one up in this house.
You don't even believe that.
What my word? The most sane one in this house. Talk about crazy. He don't, like, literally, he's been talking about the pandemic for.
Who hasn't? You still being affected by it.
He's been talking about the pandemic and the vaccine.
Look at you. Tell me one person out there that ain't talking about that right now.
He been talking about the pandemic and the vaccine for literally years. Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, please, let's get over it. We need to move on to something else.
We ain't even what happened in 2020, right? We ain't even
it's about to be 2022. Every time we talk about something, he finds a way to connect it to the pandemic. That's what I be saying, because when they want you to get the vaccine, I'm like, but that's not even what we're talking about. We're talking about sandwiches, and you talking about the vaccine. That's what it be seeming like.
See? Now she trying to make me look like I'm crazy. I ain't crazy.
That's what it be seeming like. Like, we'll be talking about something all the way to the left, and he starts talking about something all the way to the right. Everything is connected to the vaccine. And what else? Don't we stay there like that?
I don't know. You the one trying to make me look like I'm crazy.
You are crazy.
No,
That's why. He is crazy. So what else? What is something else that the people don't know that we...
The stuff that people don't see. I don't know how many people we explain this to. We got the tendency, like when we watching a show or a movie, we never just watch a show or a movie straight through. We pause in there at specific points in the movie. Both of us, probably more me than her, because it's something to talk about. Like, yo, how do you feel about that? What do you? So, for example, we couldn't pause it because the TV was acting weird. We watching Issa and Insecure, and homie had said something about girls putting them in the friend zone. And it crossed a thought in my mind when we talk about how people want to marry their best friend and they want to be with their best friend. So I'm just like, wow, like, is that really cool for a guy to be in the friend zone? If this is a person that you want to be with romantically, like, what is it that ladies miss in that process where you friend zone a guy, but you want to marry your best friend? If I'm making sense with that, y'all get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's more than just a friendship. It's also a chemistry. Like, it's like this intangible chemistry that you have with somebody that makes you feel like you want to be romantically intimate with them versus just being in a friendship. Because I think that you can have chemistry with friends, but it's a different type of energy that you get. And like I said, it's an intangible. It's something that I can't explain necessarily. But there's some, but there's some people who you feel like, oh, this is a friend that I can have forever. And I feel like what this person offers me, like, all right, let's just think about how when you meet people or you have multiple friends, but each friend offers a different thing gives you a different thing that you need as a person, right? Like, maybe you might be right here with this friend. Maybe this is your intellectual friend. Maybe this is your friend who you can get into deep conversations about emotions with. So, like, it's the same thing when you're picking a partner too. So, like, maybe one of my friends I get something from that I don't want romantically, and I don't want to ruin it by trying to create something romantic. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person I can be vulnerable with. I can tell them everything. Like, they won't judge me. Because there's certain things that you can't have. There's certain topics that you can't talk about with your spouse without them feeling like it's a shot at them or it's something that they're missing. But this is just like a personal thing that you're experiencing.
But would you be able to talk to your spouse about that if they were your best friend? But that's the thing. Like, let's just say you meet this person and you develop a friendship. Mm-hmm. How does that turn into romantic or friendship / romantic? Like somebody that you would choose to spend the rest of your life with.
Wait, say that again one more time. Bring it back.
You had mentioned that you would tell your best friend something that you'd be apt to tell your best friend something that'd be more difficult to tell your spouse because you don't want them to feel a certain kind of way.
Right. You don't want them to feel incompetent or something.
But if your spouse is your best friend, mm-hmm. and you can put the best friend hat on and say, hey, I'm talking to you as your best friend outside of being your wife or husband, how do you
you can that? I mean, you can cultivate that kind of relationship, but it's not easy because you have emotions involved. Like
if they started out as your best friend, I think that's the point I'm getting to.
Okay, so you're saying if they started out as your best friend
and it turned in best friend, and then the slash came in, and now they're best friend / romantic.
So how does that turn into that? Or I think that a lot of people have experienced that, right? But I think that for the most part, there's a fear that you're gonna lose the friendship if you make it romantic, and that's mm-hmm. why people like to keep it, like to stop it there. Mm-hmm. So I think that the fear of losing the friendship, comes into play when you think about getting romantic with somebody. And sometimes you just don't feel romantic. You just don't have a romantic vibe with somebody. Like my friend, who's my best friend, I've been friends with him for years. I never had a romantic feeling about him. Mm-hmm. And that's just that. Like, he's my friend. Like, I love him down. I can talk to him about anything, but I don't have romantic feelings for him. And that's okay. Like, I feel like, let's talk about that for a second, right? Let's talk about platonic relationships between men and women. Do you think, I mean, I don't know if I can even ask you this because you have so many platonic relationships with women, so I don't, maybe because people might want to know about this. Like, how do you feel about platonic relationships between men and women, especially from, all right, take it from your perspective, but think about me. How do you feel about me having relationships with men, knowing how men think?
Well, like, the thing is, I don't really got an issue with it because I know who you're referring to as your best friend, or best friend Jonathan. He's like a brother to me, and this is why. Like, when it's not a person she hid from me, you know. I knew about him from the beginning of our relationship. I had an opportunity to meet him. I had my reservations before I met him. You know, if I'm being honest, I think any man that actually cares would. But when I met him, he made me feel like, you know, welcome. He didn't make me feel uncomfortable. He didn't give me the vibe that, you know, I don't like you and I secretly want to be with the person that you calling your girlfriend / wife now. It wasn't none of that. It was like, all right, I can have my own conversation with him outside of her now. So I feel if it don't have to be dressed up or be cookie cutter, so to speak, like that. But I think if people took if they took the guessing work out, or like the sneakiness,
right,
trying to sneak somebody, you won't have that issue.
Yeah, that's for sure. If you're like trying to be, definitely if you're trying to hide it, or there's something that, oh, I don't want you to have private conversations with him, I don't want you to hang out with him. Like when I introduced you to Jonathan, the first time you met him, we went to Atlantic City, right? Yeah, we all went to Atlantic City together, and it was just like, y'all became bros. I'm like, dang, what about me? Y'all leaving me out? Now I'm sitting in the backseat of the car. Like, I was sitting in the backseat of the car. They're talking on the phone. And even the time when I graduated from college, I walked into the living room and Jonathan was sleeping on the couch because y'all coordinated him coming to my graduation dinner. So, like, it's definitely a special type of bond that even your spouse could build with your friends. If you allow it, right? Like, if you open up that space for them to do that. And that's the only way you can do that if it's genuinely just a friendship. Because if it's not, then it's gonna be super awkward. Yeah. So, and if it's not genuinely a friendship, then there you go. That's the answer to anybody's question. If you having some reservations about it, right?
Right. And I think I felt like, just to like detail that a little bit, I pride myself on being an individual that I've been a faithful individual all my life. I don't know if it's a humble way to say this, but you can sense when someone is attracted to you. I know that there's multiple individuals that would be attracted to me. I always used to feel like, okay, I know how I feel about this, so I'm not gonna put myself in a position to be in a position. That's one of your favorite phrases. But if I'm being honest, I know, like we spoke about this before, that I did put myself in a position where I didn't know I was in a position. It's just like, oh wow, like what do I do here? You know, lo and behold, the situation didn't turn crazy or nothing like super weird happening, nothing like that. But I think that understanding who is a friend and who is somebody that you would want in your circle or to introduce to your spouse or significant other is important. Because two people that come to mind for me right now that I know are fine, and I'm 1,000% sure she can trust me around them, are Q and Shay. Just two individual people that I spend time with from time to time. We talk about just about anything. They helped us out with the wedding and all of that.
Yeah.
And you have an issue with them.
Yeah, and he has like lots of female friends that were in the picture before I was in the picture, and I've never felt shaded by them. I've never felt, I mean, in the beginning, it was because they was friends with that, you know, whatever little story. So, but I never felt like slighted. I never felt like they were hiding anything. I never felt like there was a weird energy or any of that. So like, you'll go over to their house and I don't have a second thought. Or just like when I dropped one of your friends off over here, I think I was going to the gym or something. Yeah, and I dropped one of your friends off over here. She had a suitcase and everything because he was taking pictures of her. And she had a suitcase, like she changed her clothes and everything. And I'm just like, all right, go to the gym. And it's because you make me feel so secure in our relationship that I've never feel like, oh, do I have to question his motives? Do I have to question what he's doing? Like, and I pay attention to patterns, and we just talked about this. Like, my husband has a pattern like most men do. They're very structured and routine. So like, you never really stray away from it. So it's something that I pay attention to. And not only that, like, I just feel super secure. Like, this is my most emotionally secure relationship that I've ever been in. Now marriage. So I don't feel like I have to question whether you are up to no good.
still be trying to question me, man. She still be throwing shots out there.
I be throwing shots, but...
So look, I'm gonna give you one right now.
This is what they don't see. So
this is what you don't. I just put a private screen on my phone. Why? I'm gonna tell you.
Because he's sneaky.
See? That's the first thing she said, right? But I got a private screen because it's easier to look at. I can turn the brightness all the way up, and it's not. I got good eyes. I want to keep my eyes good. So these phones, they got new LED lighting in them. All the lights we use in the house is LED lighting. They mess with your vision. I know that. So I got blue light glasses. I'm not gonna wear them all the time. I put a private screen on my phone. I look at my phone often. You see, you trying to be. This is us in the mall. I think you're trying to be sneaky, or the fact that I can't see nothing out the corner of your phone. I'm like, here,
that's
take
true.
the phone.
No, it's all right. Because you know what? I just went through this whole spiel about how I feel emotionally secure in this relationship, and then he goes and tells everybody that I said he being sneaky with the private screen. Like, so you just gonna make me look like a liar, right?
Look.
Baby, so might be your Facebook thing.
Yo, cut it out, man.
You dragging it. I'm sorry.
You talking.
All right, no. But I just went on this whole spiel about, like, feeling emotionally secure. And I do feel emotionally secure. But we definitely make jokes. Like, we make bad jokes. So I'm not, like, super pressed about it. And we have each other's passwords and all that stuff. And literally, I can't even remember the last time I went through your phone. Let's talk about that. There's so many topics. Because I can't even remember the last time I went through his phone. And I think it's like almost like a reverse psychology thing, right? And I was talking about this with my job, but I'll get to that at the end. So, like, when somebody gives you access to something, you're less likely to want to explore it, right? So, like, I feel like because we have access to each other's phone, like, at any point, he could pick up my phone or I can pick up his phone and look at it. So, like, I feel like, well, why would I go look at something that I have so much access to? Like, why would you give me that access if it was something that you didn't want me to see, right? Yeah. Or if there's something that you wanted to hide. So, I don't know. Maybe it's reverse psychology. You never know.
No reverse psychology. I mean, for me, if I'm speaking personal first, it's a discipline, for one. I like living my life by morals and principles, and not just saying it, but actually acting on that. So it's nothing that you really can't hide. It's nothing new under the sun. You're not hiding anything in the spiritual realm anyway. Again, I govern my life by morals and principles. So that's first and foremost. And if I'm saying that, then I just can't be doing random stuff in my phone and trying to hide something if I'm trying to be honest. Like, that's a conflict of interest. That's like contradictory. So yeah, that's the first thing. And then it's just like, here, it's nothing to hide if you really want to live a life like that. Now, if you just want to do what you want to do, just be honest up front. So each person can decide what they want to do and when they want to do it. And you find a lot more success in what you're doing that way. So
less
stressful. Speaking
of not having anything to hide and each person doing what they want to do, how do you feel about, which one is it? Is it polyamorous?
It's poly in general.
Oh, okay, so how do you feel about poly relationships?
I mean, to each his own. I feel like that's a discipline in itself also. If that's the life you're going to live, I think you got to be even more disciplined or, more mature. And you got to be honest with the people that you want to be involved in it. Okay, you want to be with this one, and that one. Cool. Be honest with those people and allow them to make a decision on that. And that's how you want to dress the relationship up. I think some people have looked at some individuals that have been deemed as conscious individuals, and this is the lifestyle they live and this is the lifestyle they built together, and they missed the part in that conversation where you got to be disciplined with that, and that has to be even more honest. Like, you really can't be hiding nothing from nobody at that point, because this is the lifestyle you want to live. But I think I definitely think there's room for that in the world. It's been around forever. It's just you gotta know what you're getting into, and what do you ultimately want out of that?
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like, and I agree with you as far as it like being a personal choice, as long as there's honesty. Yeah. Like, if you choose that lifestyle and there's honesty within the relationships, then I think that's fine. But it's a choice, right? But personally, I wouldn't make the choice. Right. I'm not interested, just simply because I don't like to share. Like, I don't want to share. I feel like there's so much. I don't want to share that level of intimacy. Yeah, I don't want to share that level of intimacy, but I also don't want to share that energy. Like, there's so many different energies that come into play. Then jealousy comes in, and then like all of you invite so much into a relationship when you have multiple parties like that. Definitely. So it's enough trying to maintain your own energy and someone else's, because Moody Bay. Let's talk about what y'all don't see. Let's talk about what y'all don't see.
Back on the job.
Let's talk about what y'all don't see. Moody Bay. Let me tell you about Mr. Poetic Visions, Mr. Darian Gooden, Mr. G over here, Mr. Moody Bay. That's what I call him because literally, when I wake up in the morning, I'm on go. Like my energy is super high. Like I could turn on music. I could start dancing at 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I'm turned up. I'm ready for the day. I got good energy. Like I wake up like ready. Him, on the other hand, he is Moody Bay. Like when he wakes up in the morning, he's like the grumpy old man. And I feel like I'm not going to say now, but before I would take offense to it. And sometimes I do now because I just can't help myself. But like I have to do self-talk to get myself out of the mind state. Like, okay, there's nothing wrong with him. He just needs more time to wake up than I do. So it takes him a really long time to get himself together. So he has to go into the living room. He has to sit there. He has to check his emails, his text messages. He has to do whatever he has to do. He has to get coffee. Like there's so many steps to get him to where I am, where I just wake up and I'm just like, hi, Wilt. And he's just like, He don't want to talk to me. He don't want to touch me. He don't want to give me a hug. I'm like,
stop lying.
Nah.
You get a hug every morning. You don't. You don't wake up out the bed and get a hug. Or I don't just grab you and give you a hug.
Every morning.
Okay. I'll compromise on every other morning.
Every other morning.
Every other morning.
Babe, you was a black ass lie.
So hold on. When the last time you didn't get a hug in the morning?
Babe, you don't give me hugs every morning. You want to know how I know? Because when I get hugs in the morning, it makes me feel so good inside. I remember the feeling. I know the feeling that I get. If I got that every day or every other day, I would be like, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. I get a hug in the morning, maybe. I'm talking about when you first wake up, not when you first stand up and I'm talking about when you first stand up out the bed and you be like, and I'll be like, good morning, babe. And you be like,
So hold on.
Not even trying to talk to your good sis.
Look, so for one, she go to sleep before me every night. I go to sleep, who knows, like
1,
2, sometimes 3 in the morning. She been sleep, like probably no
11.
later than 11 at the latest. She getting like a good 8 hours of sleep. I'm probably sleeping for 4 or 5. If I'm sleeping for 6 hours, I'm good. 4 or 5, it's gonna take me a little bit longer to wake up. I didn't sleep for that long, and then I got a whole nother day ahead of me. Like,
okay, but I'm just saying you are Moody Bay, and then sometimes he get little attitudes. Let's say we in a car. Let's say we in a car or something, and somebody road rage. Road rage Bay, definitely road rage Bay. You be getting so mad. Look, I'm doing
these titles.
You be getting so mad at everybody on the road. Like,
get mad at stupid
babe,
drivers,
you are so moody. And then he'll have an attitude for so long, probably like a whole half hour. And I gotta do something to get him in the mood, like maybe give you a kiss, rub you. Moody Bay, he need extra affection to get out of his mood.
I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can agree with me, man. You got less patience for stupidity. There are, a lot of people out there that's driving that shouldn't be driving, shouldn't even be on the road. They do just dumb stuff. Okay, cool. You got some people that just don't know where the hell they going. They just doing anything. But you're switching in other lanes. You don't know if you're turning left or if you're going straight. It's just like, what are you doing at this point? You get that every day. Mm-hmm. It's just what it is. And prior to that, I still got patience. Mm-hmm. I just choose to not be patient. Like, yo, what are you doing? I'm trying to get from point A to point B, and you are doing something stupid on the road.
But you're all right, so he's super patient with me, though, because I'm a Leo. So, this is going to do a rewind when we record this. I'm a Leo. Okay. I'm a Leo. So you know what that means. I need lots of attention from my man. I need lots of attention. I need him to hug me. Now, I need him to hug, because before I wasn't physical touch, but he forced me to be physical touch. Yeah, you put a gun to my head. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Sure. So over time, he made me a physical touch person just because he's super physical touchy. So I became physical touch. But now I just need hugs. I need love. I need all of that stuff that he does. And it's so welcomed because, again, I'm a Leo. So he's super patient with me because I can be needy, right?
Frantic. You get frantic from time to time.
Frantic?
Not even so much like needy. It's
I'm like, baby, could you put my socks on my feet? My feet are cold.
Yeah, she a brat. She's a brat.
I'm like, babe, could you? Oh, my back hurts. Could you rub it on the bottom? But he's so sweet and he's super patient and he never ever like gets upset when I ask him to do something. So he's super patient with me. He's just not patient with waking up and he's not patient with stupid drivers.
Just stupidity in general, man. Like,
so
he's smart.
What you don't see.
What else don't they see?
Frantic was crazy. Like I don't even associate that word with myself. Frantic for real?
Nah, I mean, I guess you got to fall in line with just being like protective of yourself, protective of Ethan, just with certain things in general. Like she'll get in a frenzy if you don't wash your hands.
Oh yeah.
And she'll just go off the deep end and just start repeating the same thing like over and over. Just or something like that. It's just like, yo, chill.
Yeah, did you wash your hands? Because I would legit put the TV on mute just to hear if you wash your hands. Because why do I have to monitor washing hands? Wash your hands. That's nasty.
I feel about the toothpaste.
Oh,
but I'm patient though.
Yes. No, talk about what you don't see. He has OCD, like literally.
Ain't no such thing. I got a detailed eye. I have an articulate eye.
He has to be so organized. Literally, we was inside of Off Broadway yesterday, and he was organizing the shoes. I'm like, you don't even work here.
It's just in my way. It's like,
He organizing the shoes. He organizing the groceries at the grocery store. Like, please move on. So he sends me a video. No, this is what you don't see.
Oh my God.
He sent me a video of the toothpaste cap off. Nope, not 10, y'all. He sent me a video of 2 bowls. 2 bowls in the sink.
Oh my gosh.
2 bowls. I'm at work.
You're just missing the point.
I'm at work about to teach 6th graders in one of my classes that is a little bit challenging, okay? Mm-hmm. 6th graders about to teach. He sent me a video of the toothpaste cap off the toothpaste.
It was a couple small things.
2 bowls in the sink. Oh no, but he skipped his little suitcase.
Hold on, but I still clean. All right.
Yeah,
so
Mr. All right, wait. Mr. Organizer here. What you don't see from Mr. G. Literally.
Yo, listen, man. So I came home. Look, for the past 4 years, I say 90+% of the time she didn't have to work. Probably 95%. Like she left the CNA job who knows how long ago. I can't even remember. Mm-hmm. But she was in school. She doing her thing. I'm out there working. She's holding down the house, Ethan, and going to school. We got our roles and we playing them like particularly well. The chemistry with that was dope. So she's back working now. Prior to that, and I still got a lot of patience with everything. It's just who I am. Yes, I have a detailed eye, what they call OCD. But so I'm like, all right, it's 3 of us in the house. He's about to be 8 years old. You keep a certain harmony in the house when everybody is just doing their part. You drink something or you eat something in a bowl or what have you, clean it.
2 bowls.
Clean it.
And the 2 bowls came, the 2 bowls came, hold on. The 2 bowls came out of my my lunch bag from the day before. So I put 2 bowls in there before I left. As I was scurrying out of the house because I wake up way earlier than you. I get Ethan ready for school. Mm-hmm. I make lunches. I pack everything all together. Leave the house. Yeah, so I woke up late that day.
Hold on.
So no. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Yeah, finish.
So if I'm doing all of this stuff, he want me to then, first of all, I can't even see. He want me to pick up a lint He want me to pick up a lint this big off the floor.
Just exaggerating.
Baby.
Uh-huh.
And then when you went, so we're both now out of the house for more than 8 hours out the day. So so you want me to then come home from work, cook, clean, make sure the toothpaste is, and Petty Bay. Oh, let's not forget Petty Bay. So now what he does, because he wants us to make sure that the toothpaste cap is always on the toothpaste, he tightens it so tight that you gotta use a wrench.
So I'm gonna tell you.
You gotta use a no. Be quiet. You gotta.
You don't want me to jump in. Huh?
You gotta use a wrench to untwist the toothpaste, because God forbid the toothpaste cap is slightly hanging off.
You done? You got something else?
Petty Bay, Moody Bay.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
I don't know.
Petty Bay, Moody Bay.
They probably know. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all know. Rewind it. Y'all know what it is.
So, what's my favorite? Don't try, buddy. Get away from me. Get off me.
Yeah, I know it is.
Slick. So, what's my favorite phrase as it pertains to cleaning?
If you do it, as you go along.
Yeah, go ahead, say it.
If you do it as you go along, you don't have to do it.
Just clean as you go along. So, hold on. You come in the house and take your shoes off. Take your shoes off. Put them back where you got them from. Everything in the house has a home. You have a dish. Clean it.
All right, babe, but don't be trying to make it. All right, let's just clarify.
No, let me finish. Please.
Can you clarify at the end, because don't make it seem like we just be leaving dishes in the sink.
No,
that's not true.
No. The house.
And our house is very clean.
Our house is very clean.
He just has a very OCD.
Can I
standard.
explain myself, please?
Yeah, because don't try to make it seem like, because I be cleaning.
See, she look. She's giving you a proper perception. She want to make sure you see that perspective, and it's cool. I agree with that. No, the house is not dirty.
Yeah.
But yes, I have a high clean standard because it's gonna have to get cleaned up at some point in time.
You don't want no drop of waters on the sink. Like if you wash your hands or brush your teeth, it cannot be a single drop of water on the sink. It's just like very, very much. Like,
look, my whole motto is this: if you clean it now, you ain't gotta do it later. Bottom line, you clean it now, you ain't gotta do it later.
OCD Bay,
hold on,
Petty Bay,
hold on,
and Moody Bay.
Yes, she goes to work, she come home, she cooks. I do the majority of the cleaning, and so this is the idea. Wait,
babe, that's not true.
Can you please let me finish?
You do the majority of the cleaning after I cook.
What you talking about?
You just said that.
Yeah, but what you talking about? Like. I'm
gonna do the Diddy stare with that dude on
oh my God.
The Voice,
so look,
I think.
I'm not even talking about like in specifically after you cook. I say you cook, I do the majority of the cleaning.
You do deep cleaning.
Detail cleaning.
Yeah, but don't say you do the majority of the cleaning, because we just had this conversation when we had that conversation. Well, I was like, before, yes, you was Mr. Cleaning, Mr. Clean it up. Yes, right. Before you started working. When we both started working,
you slowed down. Why?
All right, let's just move on. It's giving very much you trying to play me vibes.
Not at all.
No, like what you don't see.
You trying to say I'm moving?
Remember that.
Remember
that.
I'm just stating my case. That's it.
Remember that.
But nah, like this is my whole process. Just keep everything in harmony. Like if it's something that you didn't look,
keep everything spick and span.
So I'm just going to use the toothpaste cap as an example. Ethan has a habit of leaving the toothpaste cap off. I walk in there on multiple occasions, and it's half a tube of toothpaste. I'm exaggerating in the sink, but it's enough to say, "Wow, you could have brushed your teeth with this like 5, 6, 7, 8 times at this point in time."
But he's 7.
It doesn't. I get it. This is when you train them now. Don't just count on the fact that they're a kid, because that kid is going to be a teenager one day. Yo, look, put the toothpaste cap on. Yeah, I'm going to tighten it super tight, because this is what he has a tendency to do. Mom, can you help me with this? Or Darian, can you help me with this? And now I got a chance to explain to you, know why I tightened it so tight? So you can remember to put the cap back on. It's a lot of things he does to date that he does a lot better now that he wasn't doing before. The way the house, the harmony in the house is structured right now.
Yeah, because he's 7.
It's so a lot better now than it was before.
Obviously, because he's 7. So he was only 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Right, but if you wasn't showing him all those things, you think he would just automatically wake up and do it now?
No,
because of
obviously it was progressive over time, but he's 7, so we have to consider
so that. Falls into
it's not like he's 22 and 3 years ago he was dusty.
He
was a baby.
Right. But this is protective base. You always
protective base.
So check it out. Like, if you don't instill it in him now, he's not going to get it later. Maturity doesn't come with age. Age very often travels alone. And most parents have the tendency, especially mothers to boys, I see it all the time, where they do everything for them. If your son is in middle school, you should not be dressing him anymore. He should know how to dress himself, tie his shoes, make sure he's looking presentable. Room should be clean. These are things
but you should be double checking.
You should be double checking. You should be double checking. At this point in life, when your kid is in middle school, you should be checking their work, making sure their mental is correct. But all these little structural things, they should know that already. The things that I was telling her when we first got together, I was like, look, I'm trying to make your life easier for you. If you can just wake up and get yourself dressed and tell him to wake up and get himself dressed.
Yeah, but he was
not even doing his hair.
He was born when we got together.
I get it. 1, he's 8 now. So by the time he's 10, you don't want to have to be sponging his hair, tying his shoes, cleaning his dishes, or reminding him to do any of that.
He does that stuff.
Yeah, right. But you don't want to, it's still to a point where you got to remind him to do multiple things now. Like his hair is not sponged the way you want him to sponge.
Yes, I have to.
He gets himself dressed right now. He does a pretty decent job of doing that. He does a good job of cleaning his room up. These are habits. These are structural things. It's like, my whole mindset is you start with a small room. Okay, take care of these 4 small walls. Make sure they're clean. Then it expands. Now we give you household duties. Like the other day, I had him take the trash out. Household duties. You washing your own dishes. Household duties. Now your 4 walls in your room expanded to the house. So eventually when you leave outside of this house into the 4 corners of the world, you have some structure about yourself. The household should be no different.
I'm just playing. I just kidding. Sorry, baby. I'm just kidding.
But you know what I mean. But that's my process. Like, that's what I represent in terms of structure. I love the freedom of the circle. We had this discussion before. And to be free. But in order to be free, you got to have some structure somewhere. Like, you just do. You just can't be out here, like, looking all good, come home, and the house is just like, oh, God, like, it's going to take me however long to do this. No, let's do this as we go along. Let's not hold
but our house never looks dirty. Never. Like, literally, since we've been living together. I'm just like... he's just, like, very picky. Like, we can't leave... Like, you know, we have a shoe mat right here by the door. So, its purpose is in the name, right? We have a shoe mat. But he doesn't want the shoes on a shoe mat. He wants the shoes put away.
Why don't want the shoes on the shoe mat, though?
Because too many shoes get there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Too many shoes getting there.
Yeah, so he doesn't want the shoes on the shoe mat. He doesn't want the top. You get where I'm going, right? So this is what I'm saying. So no. Let me talk, because I'll let you talk for a while.
Go ahead.
Let me talk. So we see where this is going, right? We understand like how this works in this house. So the house is always clean. The house is just not always Mr. Good and clean. Okay? So 1 or 2 dishes in the sink.
I'll buy that. It don't always just be 1 or 2, but that's okay.
All right, but when it's more than 1 or 2, it never. Don't do that, baby, because it never stays in there. Yeah, you just try to drag it. Like, you really try to make it seem dusty.
You serious?
You dusty.
I'm gonna tell these people on camera that my house is a complete mess.
Well,
it's really not. I know I got a high standard. I know I'm picky. I'm owning up to that.
Picky.
But still, even going back to your example with the shoes on the mat. If you got 3 pair of shoes on there, I got 3, and he got 3. That's 9 pair of shoes on a small. We should show you the damn mat. It's not small. It's not
Don't be talking about my mat. It's a shoe mat.
Yeah, it's a small. The shoes eventually work their way off the mat when you can't open the door. Like
a shoe mat made for shoes.
Pick your shoes up. Go put them back. All right. Do you wear the same shoes every day?
I do.
Nah. That's a lie.
All right, babe. All right, which y'all don't see. All right, so we're going to be wrapping this up, but we're definitely going to be back with some more Good in Love videos.
Yeah, we got a bunch of.
Today we was being silly, but yeah, we're going to come back with some more content, and I'm excited about that. You excited?
Yeah, most definitely excited. It's about time. It took you long.
Give me a kiss. All right.
I'm trying to brown nose.
See, that's how you get them to be quiet. All right. So thank you for watching our Good in Love video. And if you want to fly, you gotta get rid of the things that weigh you down. That's Toni Morrison.
I wasn't even ready with. Okay. If you see the invisible, you can do the impossible. I am possible.
That's right.